Public school, public school, public school, public school, All right.
Almost a little too soon for that on Friday night.
All right, yeah, it is. It is. I'm Jim Seamus.
And I'm Andrew Matheson for double coverage, our CCS Division III championship recap. And what a championship it was. Aptos, big winner. They hold on 41-35 over St. Ignatius to win their second CCS title in school history. First since 2003 when they beat San Benito. First over a private school. Of course, they lost to Valley Christian last year. And back in the 90s, they lost to Palma.
Yeah, now they're changing their name to Junipero Aptos or St. Aptos. St. Aptos College Prep.
Who knows? It could be that kind of... I mean, that's looking forward, but it could be that kind of a little dynasty here.
Back-to-back finals, 4 years in the playoffs, 3 years having lost to the eventual champion.
Three-time Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League champions. They got a nice little run going here, and they cap it off with a big win. An edge-of-your-seat win.
Yes, it was.
It was 41-21 late in the game after a Louis Demisel touchdown. 3:51 left in the game.
Yes.
A 3-touchdown lead. The public school chants are heard in the Aptos stands.
And they're like, what? That's what they did. I was St. Ignatius. What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on, dog.
Yeah, and it was on.
Elijah Dale was a stud running back for the Wildcats. Scored his 4th rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
They recover the onside kick, score again with a pass to Joe. Don't call me Clubber Lang. Onside kick, recover again. They go down. Who's the man of the hour?
Dalton Weitzel.
YSO.
What?
Not YSO. Weitzel. He had his 10th pick of the season, second of the game.
Second of the game.
Wow.
10 picks, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Mariners.
Totally.
It was the Dalton had the pick of ended the game with, I think it was what did you have, 14 seconds left?
Sure, yeah, 14.6.
Of course, SI, all the momentum in the world. They're going down the field. I think they're about midfield, and I'm Scotch-Irish, so I'm a pessimist. I'm always thinking the worst. I was like, oh my God, Aptos, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Aptos? Dalton Weitzel, though, comes up big, a shoestring catch. I asked him after the game, did you catch it? He goes, yeah, of course I did. I thought he may have bobbled it and it may have touched the ground, but
same here.
Refs didn't see it that way.
Doesn't matter.
Aptos holds on 41-35. We're like hours past this game. My feet are still numb.
Yes.
What's kind of your takeaway right now? Thinking about it on the drive home and everything.
Well, it's just that Randy's, they lost Michael Chavez, one of the top running backs last week, and Randy said someone needs to step up. Yep. And it wasn't, hey, please, please. It was like someone's going to step up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one person. It was the whole team.
Yeah.
It was a lineman here, a defensive back there, a running back, another lineman.
A quarterback.
Yeah, a quarterback.
Alex Joe, probably his best game of the season,
he's had so
of his
many
career.
Good ones. Yes,
I know.
Yes,
This was a game in the first half. SI was clearly focused on the run.
Yes, they were.
All the little deception moves didn't really cause too many problems with them.
Yeah.
But Joe finished 6 of 11, 190 yards passing, 4 touchdowns.
Holy Joe.
Each touchdown, he did the little fake rollout, and it was almost as if the deceivery was so good, the deception was so good that it was almost as if SI didn't see it on film at all, had no idea that it was coming.
We saw it. Remember, right?
We saw
Joe, he's open! Throw it!
Second play from scrimmage, I believe it was, in the first quarter.
Awesome. After a big defensive stand.
After SI had a 50-yard kickoff return, and you're like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Here we go, private school. They had a costly penalty that voided a touchdown.
And he's lowballing that, or downplaying it a bit.
Well, yeah, because they lost by 6 points.
No,
so, yeah.
They had 2 touchdowns called back on penalties.
2 touchdowns. One was a 95-yard kickoff return.
Oh, I had it at 195. There was so much up and back, and it was an amazing run by Joe Lang.
Yeah.
And all for naught.
But a block in the back, way back at the 5-yard line, brought it all the way back.
Yeah. That kid was an athlete.
That was their second touchdown voided in the first quarter.
Yeah.
SI. So
very uncharacteristic of a well-disciplined WCAL school. 9 penalties for 64 yards.
Religious school, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that on that opening drive though, that penalty pushed him back. Kicker misses the field goal.
Yeah.
Aptos gets the ball. It was the third play. Now that I'm looking at my stats,
that was huge. Joe was running downfield.
Joe,
just like afterward.
Joe to Brooks Nicholson, 78 yards on the third play of the game.
That was awesome.
And it was, any sort of back in the mind feelings that you're going up against this WCal power, even though they are 2-8.
The leader led.
Just kind of went out the window after the missed field goal and after the quick
that
touchdown.
Was the timing of everything they did was key.
Yeah.
The fact that St. Ignatius kept shooting themselves in the foot with penalties and a couple turnovers. I mean, obviously, 3 interceptions thrown by St. Ignatius.
Yeah.
And we knew Aptos secondary was good and that they could pressure and force some stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, everything just seemed to work out in an exhilarating fashion.
Yeah.
In the rain. I was most impressed with Joe because it was raining. Nonstop, a steady rain, and he was zinging it in there.
And it was, teams are preparing for the run, and for good reason.
Yes.
That's what Aptos does.
They have to.
And Joe works that offense so perfectly with, he can run the ball, but the handoffs, they're so perfect.
Yeah.
And the fake handoffs. And he sold it so well that when they did these rollout passes, he threw on target. He had a couple drop passes from his receivers.
He had 2 drops,
And I blame the rain a little bit.
Yeah.
So he should have been over 200 yards passing.
Totally.
But, it was just so perfect, so in tune. Like I said, it didn't seem like SI knew that it was even coming because it was so wide open at times.
Each time. I want to give a shout out. I love shout outs. Austin Verdugo, 46-yard TD reception.
Yep.
Can I stiff arm you in the face without it? Yeah!
Oh.
That's what stiff arm. 3 different stiff arms, broken tackles.
Yeah.
Yes, da-da-da. It was awesome. It was great.
We mentioned kind of the momentum though in that first quarter. There was also a ton of momentum going into the locker room at halftime.
Yes.
Aptos got the ball back with about 2 minute offense. They got the ball back with 2:03 left, started at their 36-yard line, and it ended with a 24-yard touchdown, Joe to Charlie Mail. And then SI gets the ball back with 18 seconds left, and what happens? Dalton Weisel gets his first pick to end the half.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't like it was at midfield, but it was a total momentum.
Everything was just set up perfectly.
Yeah.
And even establishing that big lead and holding on, it was like, obviously everything worked out to a dream finish for the Mariners.
But that gave him a 19-14 lead, and it was just like, all right, here we go.
This was a 2-8 team that made the playoffs. St. Ignatius was.
Yeah.
Aptos was your 3-time defending SCCL champion, and SI gave them a battle and a half. They came into this game kind of favored, even though they're the lower seed.
Yeah.
Max Preps has them ranked 150 teams higher in the
Wrong.
state. Yeah. Cal Preps had them, St. Ignatius winning this game by 2 touchdowns.
Wrong.
You know what? So it was awesome across the board for the Mariners. They flew the flag for the SCCL, the Mariners did. And
made us look like geniuses. And they did. By picking them.
I was told that after the game,
I thought it was a winnable game for Aptos. Yeah. Much more winnable than last year's final against Valley Christian. Valley Christian was loaded.
They were. And that became apparent in the first quarter. Like, they have 2 studs, Elijah Dale and Joe Lang.
Yeah.
But they don't have 3 or 4 like Valley Christian did last year. So, what a great win.
But a huge win. And like we said, that 41-21 lead, and then the big roar by St. Ignatius coming all the way back. Ryan Hagfeld finished with 203 yards and a touchdown, but 3 picks. One to Dante Gomez that we didn't mention as well. And the running back Elijah Dale with 34 carries, 176 yards, and 3 touchdowns, I believe. Was it 4 touchdowns. Yeah. So huge game for him, and
last
for naught.
Last shout out for the Mariners scorers. Louis Demisel, Kyle Marks each scored.
Yep.
And for receiving touchdowns, Brooks Nicholson, Charlie Mill, Austin Verdugo, and Ben Romero. That's a team effort, buddy.
Yeah, it was ran out of breath there.
I did. So congrats to the Mariners.
Aptos 9 straight wins. They cap it with the CCS victory. Finish 11-2 on the year. And next year they'll graduate a bunch of seniors, plug a bunch of new guys in, and be making another run, I'm sure, for to defend their D3 title. Congrats to the Mariners. All right, so that last cut that we just taped was all stream of conscious of us going back and forth, and then we'd pause and we're like, oh, we forgot this. There was so much to this game.
There was a lot. But let's give a shout out to 4th-year coach Randy Blankenship. Randy running clock Blankenship.
Get him up.
He didn't get the running clock, but he got his feet running with 15 seconds left in the game or so. He was ejected. Congrats, Randy. We applaud that. That he exited the stadium slowly, so he didn't really have to exit.
Yeah.
Walked back around on the field and held a championship trophy up.
Yeah, some silly rule about getting your second
sideline
warning. They eject the head coach.
He was as shocked as anyone. Like, what?
Yeah, I know. So
undeserving.
I thought he threw a punch. But that wasn't the case.
I thought it was an elbow drop.
But Blankenship showing a little Belichick, a little Chip Kelly, I thought.
Yeah, a little fake punt. That worked out this time.
Fourth quarter, they had that Demisell touchdown, that 17-yarder by Demisell went up 41-21. They converted a fake punt on 4th and 5 from the SI 47.
Yeah.
Total big boy pants, big time football move.
Dude, you nailed it. That's what they did this whole game. They wore their big boy pants.
Yeah.
They went for it on 4th down. They lost their kicker in the first half, and they went for 2-point conversions. They just manned up this game.
Yeah.
So
and I remember the last time that they played SI 2 years ago, they had a 24-7 lead at halftime. They ended up losing in the second half. I forget what the final score was, but I specifically remember a fake punt attempt that didn't go their way.
Twice. They attempted 3 fake punts, I guess, and 2 didn't go their way.
Was it 3? Okay, yeah. I remember that the fake punts didn't go their way last time. So, way to be like, whatever. That was 2 years ago.
All right.
We're going for the fake punt, and it worked, and it gave them a 3-touchdown lead, which they desperately needed, of course, in the end. So,
well, we're done.
Huge.
We know Aptos is going to celebrate this for a year at least.
At least.
And anyway, hopefully you had fun checking us out on Double Coverage this year.
Yeah.
We're not done yet. We're going to do a wrap-up issue with some awards for all county. And then we're going to maybe do the question and answer session.
Yeah.
Okay.
And be sure to check out Saturday's Sentinel, by the way, the day after the game. Nice little photo on the front page, A1. That doesn't always happen for the sport. So Mariners fans, be sure to pick that up as a little memento, of course.
Get it framed.
And be sure to read all of our stories online because we only had about 10 minutes to write after that game. And follow us on Twitter, follow us on Tout, like us on Facebook, and be nice to us when you see us in public.
There you go. Check us out for continued coverage on SantaCruzSentinel.com
/football.
football. Yeah, baby.